The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered! You covered 12! Covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Wednesday episode of the Bostonian versus the Book. He's Dave Sharapan. I'm Matt Perrault. We are live on YouTube at Boston versus the Book. Same on Twitter, X at Boston versus the Book. Sports Grid TV replay, Sirius XM channel 159 as well. You guys in the live chat, thank you for being here. As always, we appreciate all of you being here, interacting with us as we got Terrell Furman coming in, NBA analyst for Betting Pros. We'll get his thoughts on all the games last night and the games coming up here for tonight. He's a Knick fan, by the way, so we can get into a bit. I don't know why we have back-to-back Knick fans. We had Coach Young, and now we got Terrell. So all Knick fans coming on the program. Dave, how are you on this Wednesday for us here on BVB?
Oh, good. It's a lot going on. It's incredible. That's good. T is a Knicks fan. I didn't even know that. That's even better because the Knicks are going to get smoked tonight. That's okay. Dogs have been winning in the NBA. Books are getting fat and happy. That's good. They needed positive results because all the crying from April, it's done. I mean, stop, please. So everybody will make it all back. People are betting and laying points and not working out. Pittsburgh's seen better days. So much going on. The Pirates lost again, another skiing start. I tried my best to wear the Pittsburgh stuff yesterday. Didn't even help. And then we'll get to the Steelers. I don't know what they're doing. You said you're confused. I'm confused. I've been confused for years. Years. I've been confused. Very confused.
That is later in the program, but that is our Brigade Proxy NFL story of the day, that the Steelers are confusing their fans dramatically because you thought you had a thunder and lightning left side, right side. No, you don't have that anymore. And a third round pick for George Pickens. Okay.
That's apparently what the market says you're worth, which apparently, you are what the market says you're worth in life. Like okay. I'm learning that a lot every day about other things, and that's fine. It's all good. I got to start right at the top. I mean, the wrenches were here early. CBW was in first. Congratulations. He was in because it was raining. So if he's not outside, he's first one in. I mean, he's minus 600 every day to be here first in. But Sonic, Addison, Mikey Awesome's even here, day off of surgery. Congratulations. My pancreatic numbers were at like 6,000. When the top of the normal range were 100 something.
Damn,
Mikey,
dude.
Glad you got that worked out. That's good. It's soft food from here on out for a little while. And wow, Doc said he had never seen them that high. Listen, everybody likes to set records. That's probably not one you want to set it at, Mikey, but my pancreas was hot, hitting Otani numbers. Listen, brother, I'm glad you're okay. And I, again, thank Aaron for texting me to keep me in the loop. We shouted you out here. Everybody's wishing you good thoughts. But CBW mentioned it and Sonic mentioned it. It's Bingo Wednesday. They do this bingo card. JC from KC put it out. I saw it. You guys are unbelievable. You guys are the reason why we do the show. Simply put. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, keep us alive, keep us going. We're going to find corporate sponsors that want to work with us, hopefully. And if not, me and Matt are going to do it until we figure it out, like we did for 4 years. I mean, we're approaching show number 800 or 900 at this point. So we've been here. We ain't going away. And the music at the beginning, do you remember how long we took to try to pick the opening music?
What are we doing? Walking down memory lane? Yes.
No. I just saw it.
This is show 773, in case you're curious.
Okay. So we needed that.
Yeah.
The opening music, we were trading texts and you were sending me things and, and then we finally hit on one and I said, this is it. And you said, what do you mean? I said, this is it. This has to be it. And it builds up the crescendo, the big guy voice to build up with the, opening couple of the clips fantastic. It gets me fired up every single day when we say, "Are you ready?" Yes, hit it. Let's go. I hear the opening. You guys hear the opening. Everybody, let's go. It's awesome. It's just fantastic. So keep that going.
Get you rolling. Absolutely. We go from that into, well, if you guys missed yesterday, a new little stinger we brought in with what happened last night. The record scratch is what gets it. I just love the record scratch on that. It's absolutely tremendous. Sonic did a great job with that. What happened last night? What is going on with the NBA playoffs? We have had 4 20-point comeback wins, and we have just begun. We're into the second round here, the most ever for 20-point comeback wins in the NBA playoff era. Any thought, explanation as to what the hell is going on with teams that are blowing these big leads?
No, other than you keep doing what you're doing even when you get a big lead. And then when the shots stop falling, there's no inclination to grab the ball, throw it into the block, get fouled, and go to the foul line. Like, I don't understand it. I mean, I've been playing 2K every night with the little one. Little Consig was kicking my ass because all she does is shoot threes. And I had to figure out how to combat this. And I still know what I'm going to do. I'm going to score almost every time down the court, even if it's a 2. And I'm going to take it to the hoop and stay along with her. And then when she starts missing shots, I start shooting threes that are open because she collapsed down to cover me. And all of a sudden I'm getting open looks. And I build up a 12, 15-point lead. And now she has to keep chucking to come back, and she can't beat me. So you need to work it in reverse. You know, you need to reverse engineer. That's today's word of the day. I'm going to work these words in. So when other people are watching the show, they can incorporate it and just go, "Oh, I heard them say reverse engineer today, so I'm going to work that into the show."
Okay.
I don't understand it. How can you blow a 20-point lead?
So I think what the theory is, and every game is unique, every player is unique in the NBA, but the theory is, to what you're saying, is that these offenses are set up for basically one weapon, which is the three-point shot. So when the three-point shot stops falling, the coaches aren't adjusting because they think the shots, there's going to be a positive regression. So it's like, okay, you can't go 1 for 10. All of my guys can't go 1 for 10. So I'm going to swap players out because Boston did that. Like Derek White started the game. He shot 5 threes. He hit 1 of them. In the second half, in the fourth quarter, Jason Tatum shot 6 threes. He hit 0. He went 0 for 6. So the theory is these are professional athletes that hit threes at about a 35 to 40% clip. So keep firing because eventually the numbers are going to work out. And all the coaches are kind of stuck with paralysis by analysis saying it's going to work itself out. And then it doesn't. And all of a sudden, like you're talking about, 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. And now it's a 5-point game. And now it's a 4-point game. It's a 3-point game. And all of a sudden, the nerves kick in. And you're at home. And this was supposed to be an easy win. And you can't turn the energy back on. And you're Boston. And you get beat by the Knicks. You're OKC. And you get beat by Denver. Like you're supposed to be winning this game. And all of a sudden, it's not going the way you thought it was going to go. So these game 2s are pretty big going up. And tonight's a pretty big game for Boston, obviously, when it comes to shooting threes.
Leg Show Magazine came in the chat just now. And again, guys, you can come in the chat. This is like a participative show. Come in there and say something. And as we notice it during the show, we'll do this and bring it up. I mean, I love this stuff. It's like taking calls on old-time radio shows without actually taking the call. But the board is open, and we don't have to wait. There's no wait. Type something, get in the chat, watch a show live, and type it. Leg Show Magazine. I mean, who doesn't like looking at legs like that? I mean, every time he pops up, the avatars are great. You guys put whatever you want up there. Some coaches don't know how to keep the intensity when they get a big lead. Steve Kerr did, though. Yeah, I guess so. But he didn't in games 4, 5, and 6 against the Rockets. So it's game to game. We can't make snap judgments based on 6 results. That's what we got. 6 results, right? The dogs won. Both dogs are not winning tonight. I will say that right now. Both dogs are not winning outright tonight.
The numbers are crazy. All 4 lower seeded teams won their opener on the road, and road teams are 5-0 in round 2 for the first time ever in the history of the NBA. We've never seen 5-0. I mean, what do you make?
I mean, how do you explain that? You don't. It's the first time ever. I mean, you remember the first time?
Yeah, sure. Of
You
course.
didn't know what you were doing the first time?
No.
You thought you did? I had no idea what I was doing. It's like, are you sure about this? I don't know if this is supposed to go like this. I think so. I mean, maybe. It was fast. I know that. And I thought, oh, man, a first time? Whew. You don't know. So first time ever for road teams winning in round 2, 5-0. I mean, that's a hell of a win. That's a hell of a win.
Dogs.
I mean, if you got
dogs. I mean, it's just these comebacks are ridiculous. I mean, we're just seeing underdogs are 6-0 outright over the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Not covering. They've won outright. 6 straight games dating back to Sunday.
So if you beat the closing line, if you lay 8 and the game closes 10, are you smart when you lose outright?
I had 9. It closed 5.5 last night.
The Cleveland game yesterday with
Well,
everybody being out for Cleveland.
I had 9 there too. Yeah. I mean, that worked out for me.
I mean, that was ridiculous. That was just another one of those. Everybody got proven right when Halliburton hit the buzzer beater.
Yeah.
But as much as Indiana won, Cleveland lost that game.
Again.
Right? I mean, they lost that game. I was watching that one. I didn't see 1 second of Golden State and Minnesota. I was glued to the hockey game. I kept waiting for Minnesota to make the run to then turn it on. And I went, they ain't making no run.
It never came. I mean, the game for the Pacers was pretty wild. I mean, if you look back, May 7th, 1995, that was the shot or 2 shots hit by Reggie Miller, which kind of made his career against John Starks and the Knicks. That 3 turnaround shot, 3 victory. And then on April 29th against the Bucks, the Pacers scored 8 points in 33 seconds. And then last night, 8 points in 47 seconds. Playoff record for teams trailing by 7 points in the postseason with less than 130 in the game. Every other team in the last 20 years was 1 and 384. That was the Indiana Pacers. The 05 or the 25 Indiana Pacers are now 2-0 in that situation. Not covering, winning the game outright. Is this Tyrese Halliburton's time? Are we now seeing the birth of the next great superstar?
Slow your roll a little bit, but this is fun to see. I don't know if he's the next great superstar, but I know damn well that if you're a Pacers fan, this got to be exciting as hell. And I feel bad his dad ain't allowed to go to the games.
Right.
I mean, you can't even, Dad, you got to stay home.
Rightfully so. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, that was definitely wrong, but it was one of those things where you're like, man, I mean, there's nothing that I enjoy more than sharing anything with my kids and having this kid doing what he's doing, and Dad probably at home going nuts, sitting,
nuts,
just watching a game like Shooter was watching a game in Hoosiers. Remember, pacing, and watching, and probably screaming and this and that. Yeah, I mean, your dad, his dad probably was a dumbass. JR3.
Oh, he was.
That was
dad
so.
Was his dad
out of
was
control.
You can't do that. Like, you can't.
Right.
You just can't do that. Like, you cannot have a situation where you get into the face of a superstar. I don't care who you are. Like, you dad, fan, whatever. The only reason why he was allowed on the court was because he was Tyrese Halliburton's father. Anybody else would have been ushered off that court in 2 seconds or arrested for being on it. So then to go up to Giannis and stick your face in Giannis and start talking junk to Giannis, like, it's rightful. So, and I actually give Halliburton some credit. We were off when this went on, but he went to the post-game podium afterwards and said, what went on by my father was completely unacceptable, and I don't condone any of it. and I'll talk to my father about what went on, but he wasn't like defending his dad or anything. Like, he knew his dad was in the wrong. So that was good. But I mean, my God, I mean, the fact that that his dad couldn't be there, but your kid takes the shot, the three. I'm like, it was the same situation like watching OKC and Denver all over again. You just kind of like watched it whittle down, and you're like, wait a minute, they're down by 4. They're down by 2. Now they have the basketball. Now they have a chance. Like, this is a possession to win the game. And Halliburton takes a top of the key 3, not to tie the game, but to win the darn thing. And then he hit it.
Yeah.
He hit the shot. I mean, to take it, one thing. To hit it is another. And to set your team up 2-0 now. Forget overtime. We're winning the game right now. And they go to Indiana 2-0. Is it over? Can Cleveland win the series? They're favored in game 3.
Right.
But they're plus 166 in the overall series.
Right. The series price would indicate this is a wrap.
Right?
But don't forget, the Lakers were favored in their series and lost. I mean, don't make
They
me
weren't
go
up
back
2-0 though.
I understand, but dogs lose. I mean, dogs win, favorites lose. This is part of the business. Cleveland goes and wins game 3. Everybody can take a breath and pause.
Yeah.
Cleveland goes and wins game 4 if they win game 3, and we got back 2-2, and they got home court back.
Right.
So everybody go now, after what Cleveland did in the regular season, they go and lose a series to the Pacers. They choke, they're frauds. I mean, how many times are you going to come up with the terms? We all know what they are. Pacers are up 2-0 and won both road games. You think they got pressure on them in game 3? You don't think they got pressure on them in game 3?
Oh, the Cavaliers or the Pacers?
The Pacers.
I don't think they have pressure on them at all. No.
Oh,
You think there's pressure on them?
they have to win.
Why? They're up 2-0. Why do they have to win? All they need to do is split.
That's fine, but you better split by winning game 3 and losing game 4.
Why?
Well, because you put the doubt in.
I know, but if you lose game 3 and win game 4, you're up 3-1. You go to Cleveland, you lose
game 3 now, guess what happens? Series price, back to pick 'em.
Wow.
Slight favorite, maybe Indiana. But if Cleveland goes and is on the road and a favorite in game 3 after losing 2 home games, they're going to be favored in game 4.
Oh, obviously, yeah. Well, but isn't that right? Shouldn't they be favored in game 4 if they win game 3?
Are these guys playing?
Well, that's
3
the
guys
problem.
showed up and said they're not playing.
Well, that's the problem, right? I don't. No one knows as of right now. I mean, it's a significant problem. If you're a Cavalier fan, you're without one of your best role players in Hunter. You're without one of your best guards in Garland, and Evan Mobley is the biggest of the losses here. That's the defensive player of the year in the NBA. So you don't have him, both on the offensive and defensive end. That's extremely damaging for this roster. And I was waiting for it as the game went on. I was waiting for the lack of depth to catch up to Cleveland. And that's what I thought happened in the fourth quarter, that they didn't have three players taking minutes, and Donovan Mitchell got tired. Like, he can't do everything. Like, he can't score on every possession. He needs help. And the 3-point shooting from Strauss and company kind of dried up. I know Merrill's out there hitting threes, but like those guys can do one thing, hit threes. That's it. So they need help, and they can't keep hitting shots, deeper and deeper and deeper. Indiana kept on extending the defense, and that's what allowed some of those slam dunks from Donovan to get to the rim. But man,
They were so quick to bury Mitchell. He scored 48 points yesterday.
he was great. No, it was his fault. That wasn't his fault at all. No, not his fault at all. No, not his fault.
The way these things go, like, we have to just be careful about like anointing somebody the next one, him a Burton. Everybody with this him. The kids like to say him. Everybody's him.
I know. Halliburton is. Whoa.
Oh, he's great. He's great. I love it. I love to see guys on the come up.
Yeah.
And then live up to whatever that is. It's fantastic. I love that in anyone. When your kid puts in the work and does something, you guys know that have kids, boys, girls, it don't matter. When they put in the work and do something successful, and even from failure, they learn from it.
Right.
It's fantastic. So, I mean, I think we're still in for a series. This ain't no sweep.
No,
You think this is a sweep?
I don't think it, but it could be. I mean, it could be. I'm not saying it's going to be, but it could be. That might be it. I mean, no team has ever come
back. Put it in the chat.
No team has ever come back.
How many games does this series go? I need to know what you guys are thinking right now. 5?
Yeah,
I think we're going 6.
Okay, I got 5. If Hunter, all 3 come back. If Hunter, Garland, and Mobley all come back, 6. If they don't all 3 come back, we're going 5. I mean, it's 5.
Vic, I see Ferrari in the chat right there. You see Vic's comment? No, not that one. A little bit above. The Pacers aren't losing this series. The Cavs had the win knocked out last night. It's over.
I don't think it's over. Well, Mikey Stacks says 7.
Mikey Stacks. Good to see you, Stacks.
King of Car Seats says 7.
King of Car Seats knows.
Eron Sean says 7. Wow,
7.
You guys all think this thing's going deep. Wow. Yeah, I'm with Santana. Let's go 5.
Going deep. That's what Ohtani does. We'll have the Ohtani watch, by the way. All he does is go deep.
Terrell is here, so let's touch on
this
quick. Let's touch on this quickly, and then we'll bring him in.
Perfect.
Steph Curry hurts his hamstring. They've already ruled him out for game 2, 3, and 4. See you later. He ain't playing. So we'll see Steph Curry maybe in game 5 of this series if it goes 5.
They win that game like that without Steph. Uh-oh.
Right? So what's going on here?
Uh-oh.
Why is the price Minnesota minus 210?
Well,
I don't understand.
It can't happen again, right?
Now
they know.
Uh-oh, right? I'm with you on the uh-oh. Like I thought the same thing. Like, holy crap. Curry missed most of that game, and yet Buddy Hield came to the rescue again, and Ant looked like crap. I mean, Ant was awful. He was 0 for 10 to start that game shooting basketball. He was awful.
Nicky Ciramello said Minnesota was awful.
They were. The whole team was awful.
This is what.
But what do you make of the price without Curry? Minus 210?
So you have to put yourself in the shoes of the bad guys.
Okay.
They already laid 130, 140, 150, and they lost. Now, what are you going to do as the book? You're going to give them another shot at laying Minnesota? No, you're not. You're going to leave the price up, see who comes in and takes Golden State and actually believes that they can win the series without Stephen Curry for games 2, 3, and 4, and maybe the rest of the series. You can't. What are you going to do? Move it down? You're going to make Golden State an actual favorite? No chance. No chance. We ain't letting them lay it again. Right? They got the best of it at the beginning. We made the money on the game. Did you find anybody? I mean, there was a lot of Golden State love yesterday.
Terrell liked it.
Space.
Yeah. He liked. I was on Minnesota. Terrell liked the Warriors last night.
Makes perfect sense. But talk about nobody knowing shit. How about that from the chest? We'll get that out of the way at the 23-minute mark. Put it in the log. I'm fired up today. I don't know how many times I'm going to do it. I'm going to make up for Coach yesterday because Coach did it more than anybody.
He did.
But, yeah, the series price makes perfect sense to me. But if you like Golden State, you think they can win game 2?
Well, I asked that question on Twitter. I said, look, if you think they can win one game of the next 3 and it's 2-2 when Curry comes back, isn't there pretty good value on the Warriors plus 175 right now?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm looking at the price and I'm like, there's pretty good value on the Warriors now.
The price is set right now with Minnesota winning game 2.
Yes.
Right? Cleveland was minus 230 before yesterday.
Yeah.
And I went on with Wetzel yesterday and said, well, if Indiana wins again, he was like, what's the price? I said, you flip it. Make them minus 200, minus 220.
Right.
Make Indiana the favorite. Now we go back and forth, but they're laying in the from the book's perspective, I don't care who wins. I want 7 games. I would love for this storyline to go back and forth, and I would love for you to lay a bigger minus than you're taking back a plus. And I collect. Okay. That's a prediction market, by the way.
More on that in a little while. Let's get to Terrell Furman from Betting Pros and host of Fast Break Bets here on BVB. Terrell, good to see you, buddy. How are you? Welcome to BVB. Matt and Dave with you. This last night, what do you make of the Pacers? What do you make of that win last night?
I mean, I think that it's just hilarious how the game plays out nowadays, where these teams get all this confidence and this big lead, and then the Pacers just come out of nowhere and just say, "Yeah, we're just gonna hang around here, hang around here, hang around here, hang around here," and oh, here comes Tyrese Halliburton after the overrated chance. Like, he's really an easy guy to hate though. Like, he likes Logan Paul. He hangs out with Logan Paul. They're cool. They're besties. He came to his defense in WWE. So like, he's a really easy guy to hate, especially when you have money on the Cavs. But you know what? It is what it is, because I think that if you asked me before the game that the Pacers got the win, I wouldn't have been surprised. I was only surprised because how the game started. With all three guys out, the Cavs were on fire. Everybody was hitting, not just Donovan. Everybody was hitting. So the only reason that I'm shocked they lost the game is because I actually watched the game. But if you told me before the game, hey, the Clippers got the win as that big dog and the three top players for the Cavs didn't play, I'm like, oh, well, of course they got the win. I wouldn't be surprised. So I would love to say I'm not surprised by the game, but I'm completely surprised after watching the game and seeing how that collapse happened.
So you said the Clippers, but you meant the Pacers. That's just for all
Pacers.
the experts. Yes, that's fine. Whoever's watching the show, they can go, oh, wait, this Terrell guy, I don't know what he's talking about because he said the Clippers. We're done talking about the Clippers. The Clippers did enough people dirty.
Yep.
No more talking about the Clippers, T.
Me. Yep.
Yep. They did a lot of people dirty. That's fine.
Yep.
I asked the chat before you came on, is this series over? Or would you be willing to bet that this series is done? It's 2-0. The road team won both games.
No, it's not
in
over.
electric fashion. It's not over. Why?
No, because they haven't played the Cavs at full strength at all, ever. At no point in this season. They played 6 times now, and they have yet to play the Cavs with Garland, Mobley, Mitchell, Allen, and Hunter all in the lineup. Until you play that lineup and you show me that you can beat that lineup, I think the Cavs still have a chance in this series because Garland controls the pace of that game, and that's why they lost game 1. They didn't have Garland to control the pace. You had Ty Jerome just kind of going out in there doing willy-nilly, and they weren't prepared for life without Darius Garland, which is one bad on Kenny Atkinson because he had a couple of days to prepare for that, but they weren't prepared for that. So until you show me Garland running the offense, you have the defense of Mobley and Hunter out there at the same time as well that I think is really, really going to give Indiana problems. I think that Indiana hasn't seen the Cavs at their best yet.
But Terrell, will we get to 4 wins before we see that?
That's the issue. That is the only issue. Are we going to get the 4 wins before that happens? That is the only issue here. If you tell me that happens, then okay, then I get it. Like, and that's ultimately what I'm waiting for in game 3. And what I'm constantly waiting for is what's the injury situation? I feel like this Cavs team, when they get all their guys out there, they're going to be ready to go. Maybe DeAndre Hunter isn't shooting the ball as much, but he's going to be there locked in defensively. They're going to be ready to go. But again, you got to get everybody. Like, it's a horrible time for the Cavs to have these injuries. A horrible time.
But Indiana, in terms of they're now 4-0 in Cleveland this year. Like, you could talk about which team, how many guys were available, what it was. They're 4-0 in Cleveland this year. They haven't lost yet. That's insane for the 1 seed. I mean, look at the number of games they lost at home all year, and Indiana now is responsible for 4 of them. So they clearly have a problem pacing up against the Pacers, and they clearly have a difficult time beating them at home. Now on the road, let's see.
I'd argue, let's see what that is with the health of the Cavs in terms of everybody playing those games, because all those home games that you said, again, they didn't play a full strength Cavs team. That was before the Cavs made the trade. And then when it was after they made the trade, they still didn't play them in full. The Cavs were sitting guys at the end of the year because they had such a good record, because they had all those guys playing majority of the season. So I make an argument. What's the Cavs home record with their full strength? What's their home record when they're missing guys?
All right. I was pleasantly surprised to learn just a little bit ago that you're a Knicks fan, and the Knicks.
Oh yeah,
playing.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that, team. And all our times of doing shows together and talking,
I get it
and stuff.
I am probably the most pessimistic of all Knicks fans, so I get it.
Well, that's fine. And they are 10.5 is about the market price. There's a couple 10s floating around tonight, off of a road win at the Garden when the Celtics missed 45 threes. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense. I don't get what this NBA is, but my goodness, the Knicks got no shot tonight, do they? Of winning the game?
Oh, man, I don't think they got a shot. I think that you're happy. You're happy you got the one. And, I mean, I'm happy. There's so many people that are Boston Celtic fans that had money on Boston that are very frustrated because they said there's no shot we lose game one. No shot.
Yeah.
They stole game one. You steal game one. They're like, now granted, is it going to be something like the Pacers? I don't think, because the Pacers are playing a team that has injuries. And so if you're sitting there saying, oh, the Dogs are hot right now, well, you got to look at the different situations. Like the Pacers are playing a team that's down on their players and they got the win. Like that's ultimately what happened. The Knicks here, they're actually getting reinforcements on the Boston side of the ball with Porzingis coming back. And Porzingis has a vendetta against the Knicks. He's played very good against the Knicks. And so that could be the thing that helps reinvigorate that offense. But if you miss 45 threes again, well, good luck. But I think that they probably don't miss 45 this time. So Boston probably gets it done. Am I betting it? No way. Am I betting the Knicks? No way. I'm just going to sit here and whatever happens for me.
I saw this on Boston media this morning, so I'll ask you. In game one, Boston took 60 three-point attempts. Over or under 63s attempted?
Over. I didn't even need the number. Over. Over. They might get to 70.
They just keep chucking them to you.
They might get 70. They might get, yeah. Did you see all the times that there was wide open lanes to the back? Like, I'm sitting here like, yo, you can go get the layup if you want. Please take it. And they like, give me that. Nah, 70. Easy 73s today. And they might hit 45 of them.
So is that
45? Whoa.
They might hit 45 of them tonight. They're gonna be mad. Oh, what?
Is that the modern day NBA team, like where you just keep doing whatever it is you're doing and you just accept the fact that 3 is more than 2, and if we shoot enough threes, they're gonna eventually fall? Like a 20-point lead in the second half. I've seen crazy things happen in the NBA, but in the playoffs, a 20-point lead, that's the norm.
You can't admit you're wrong nowadays. Like, you can't admit that you're wrong about something and you need to change the game plan. Like, at that point, if everybody goes back and says, oh, well, we got to take less threes. Like, what does Boston sound like saying we got to take less threes? You just won a championship off of taking threes. Like, you can't go back on the plan. So if it doesn't work, you got to chop it up to this is one of the games that it doesn't work. But if you reel it back, oh, now people are like, oh, now they think you're going back and forth, wishy-washy, all that. Do I agree with that sentiment? Not necessarily. I think that if you realize the 3 ball is not hitting that day, okay, let's get another game plan, because guess what? We're NBA players and we can score from anywhere on the court. But yeah, some people really have an issue with reeling back I got to stick with my plan the whole way through. They probably should have reeled it back a little bit, but they're not going to. Like, nobody wants to do that nowadays.
And not Joe Mazzulla either. I mean, he's been pretty clear with that. They asked him, will you deviate from this game plan? He was like, why? It's like, that's what we do. So we just missed shots. That's all it was. They hit shots. We missed shots. And in a lot of ways, that's basketball. It's a make or miss game. And Boston missed 45 threes. They're not going to miss 45 threes again. They lost by 3 points in overtime, missing 45 threes. They hit 2 more threes tonight than what they hit in game one. They win the game. Do they cover? No. But what do you make of the late game? The number's the same. It's 10.5 or 11 for OKC. They lost as well. Denver with that miracle, much similar to last night, 10-point deficit with 5 to play. They found a way to get Jokic involved late. He hit a bunch of free throws and threes, and they steal game number 1 on the Aaron Gordon 3. Can the Nuggets steal game 2?
I mean, they can. I think that I've seen this series over the course of the season, and it tells me that there's a bunch of possibility for the Thunder to actually just cover this line, because that's how they win games. They win games by playing great defense and taking you all the way out of the game. And when it's the fourth quarter, like you don't have that hope. There's really that one big run they go on maybe it's a second quarter run, maybe it's a third quarter run. Sometimes if you're the Memphis Grizzlies, they go on that run in the first quarter and you're out of it before you even knew the game started. So like sometimes they can always go on that run and cover this number, which makes it really, really tough. I think that if you like OKC, you have 2 ways to bet it. Just lay the number already and just hope that this is the masterclass. They dominate. They go ahead and kill this Denver team. Or you take the Denver team total under and you say that they are going to play great defense here. Maybe Jokic goes off again, but all the other auxiliary pieces and all of that, they're not going to have the good game this time, because this OKC team knows what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. And while Denver can have those hot streaks, they can have ones where they can miss a lot of shots too. So I think those are the ways to look at it. Maybe you get a live play where Denver gets out early and then, hey, okay, that OKC run is coming in the second half. Let's get down on OKC at a better number. But I don't imagine OKC going down 2 games here. I did take Denver plus 2.5 for the series, so people
Like
know.
it.
So I'm already sitting good, but I do think that OKC is going to win the series. So I think that there's a bounce back here. It's just what level of a bounce back are you going to get, and what number are you going to get when you bet it?
I like OKC in the first half. I like the shorter number. I think with a young team, you see the result of letting them hang around, and I think they play better in the first half and don't allow them to hang around as much as they possibly can. So I think it's a different mentality. Could be wrong. I'm just trying to think like a coach as what I would say to a young group that is really good. OKC is deep, T. And
Yeah.
you start to wonder now, the doubt is in people's minds. And OKC has been the odds-on favorite to win it all. If it ain't OKC in the West, who is it in the West in your eyes right now? Not holding you to nothing, but if it's not OKC, is it Denver? Is it Golden State? Is it Minnesota? Or are you still sticking with the Thunder?
Vegas? If it's not OKC, it might be Golden State. It might be Golden State. Yeah, I think it might be like it's Steph, because I think Golden State's fine. I think they're perfectly fine, honestly. And so if Steph is healthy and Steph is good after this, then it might be Golden State, because I just think that we see what the Rockets see, and is that, yeah, you can be in any situation with Golden State, but they have the pedigree where you get to a game 7 and you have Draymond playing at an unreal level, and then you have Steph and Jimmy right there as well, that they can get this done. We've seen Jimmy drag worse teams to the NBA Finals. Like, that's really been it for me. We've seen Jimmy Butler drag worse teams to the NBA Finals, so I'm like, why can't it be Golden State?
What do you make of the injury to Curry? I mean, it's a hamstring. So they've already said, see you later, game 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
What do you make next? I mean, are we seeing him in this series? If you like the Warriors to advance, does Curry play again in this series?
I think he does play again. I think that it'll be interesting to see in what situation he plays again, but I think it'll be still a positive situation for the Warriors. I don't see this being a situation where Steph sits out and Minnesota sweeps every single game, and now it's 3-1 with Steph coming back. I don't think that is a possibility. So I think that because they were on the road, they stole game 1. They got 2 home games to feel really good about themselves, and they might steal one of those. I don't have it outside the realm possibility that they could steal game 2 as well, because again, I've seen Jimmy Butler take worse teams to the NBA Finals. So I think that as long as he gets out of this mentality, and I really hate listening to him in interviews talk about, oh, yeah, Steph is still Batman. Steph is still Batman. No, you are Batman now. I have too much money on the Warriors right now for you to be Robin still, and Steph is over there. And no, you are Batman now. So go be Batman and take over, because I think that this is completely the situation that he wanted. This is literally like everything. Think all the way back to when he was at Minnesota and he said, I can beat this team. You need me. You need me. Well, guess what? There's no Steph here anymore. And now I got a team that I can prove to this organization you needed me. If Jimmy has a good series, I think that they're going to be fine. And if they're going to be fine after that, I have to assume that they're going to be fine if there's no OKC the next round.
10.5 tomorrow night. That's what the number is. Minnesota's 10.5. It's incredible. The totals, though, is 201.5. Mostly,
that's right.
a lot of the books.
Yeah.
It's so low.
Uh-huh.
Life is about adjustments, and teams make adjustments and things like that. Last question from me. I put a poll out yesterday. Asked the question on Twitter at SportsBK and Sig. What was your worst sports team loss, T? Ever, whether you had a bet on it or not, an emotional, gut-wrenching, donkey kick to the nuts, like P. Rolt likes to say, one of those ones that left a scar that a young man like you is still thinking about, where somebody brings it up. Like for me,
Yeah.
the Pittsburgh Pirates lost to the Atlanta Braves in the 1992 NLCS. Sid Bream, the slowest runner in baseball, got a slid home on a ball hit by pinch hitter Francisco Cabrera, and I'm still sick about it every time it comes up. Do you have a loss that just sits with you in your crawl? Like, what is it?
I wouldn't say it's a sports team. Let's say it's a player. So I can't remember the exact year because my memory is horrible, but it wasn't that long ago. Josh Jacobs was on the Raiders and they were playing the Dolphins, I believe it was. I had Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown as a player prop
Lay it down.
in a parlay. Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown as a player prop. Josh Jacobs so that's situation number one.
Yep.
So I have him as a player prop, touchdown, last leg of a parlay, substantial parlay. Then we also have a fantasy league where I am in the championship game. And I have Josh Jacobs as my starting running back.
Oh no.
And so Josh Jacobs, and this is like an early game. This is like Thursday, Friday when this happens. Josh Jacobs sits down at the one. I don't get the touchdown. I lose the parlay. Fantasy, not even thinking about fantasy right now. I'm mad about the parlay.
Yeah.
I go through the whole weekend of watching the game and how fantasy ends out, get to the end, and guess how many points I lose by?
No.
5.
5.9. 5.9 points.
Damn it. Josh Jacobs.
There you go.
Substantial money in the fantasy league.
So, and that was a Thursday night game, so you had to sit with that all weekend?
The whole weekend.
You don't remember that? Yeah, he went down, Dave, at the one. He didn't score. It was a huge. I remember that game.
Just scored. And then they lost. And then they lost. They lost. That was the part. That was the worst part because they ended up losing.
It's there.
Have a good one.
Terrell Furman, good stuff. Go, guys. Check out Fast Break Bets throughout the NBA playoffs here from Betting Pros. Terrell, good to see you, man. Thanks for coming on. He's Terrell Furman joining us here on the Bostonian versus the Book. Great to get him on the program talking NBA basketball.
Man, the wounds you bring up.
I
didn't even mean to bring that one up. I genuinely feel bad. That one hurt.
You feel it in your bones, right? It's just like, my gosh, it hurts. All those memories. I mean, I'm a 9-year-old kid watching Bill Buckner and looking at my dad saying, why did he do that? Dad, it's a ground ball. Why did he do that? Get your glove on the ground. Like that's what we're taught in Little League, right? Glove on the ground. Get your butt down. Glove on the ground. How'd he do that?
One that wasn't my team that I thought of yesterday and all these responses that I'm getting.
Right.
I mean, this tweet is still going live. Like people are answering it this morning and today and all this other stuff. Was the Kirk Gibson homer. I was an A's fan. I loved the A's as a kid growing up in Pittsburgh. My first baseball team was the A's. So I loved the A's back in Ricky Henderson days, Billy Ball. So when the A's got good again with Canseco and McGuire and the Bash brothers, I thought they were going to beat the Dodgers. And I made a little wager. Wasn't much, but it was enough because I was a college kid and I thought I knew everything like the rest of you college kids do.
Right.
I made a wager on the A's to win the series.
Okay.
And Kirk Gibson limped up there and hit that ball. And I was in my living room with my mom and dad. My brothers and sisters were nowhere. We were watching it. He hit that home run, and I went, oh, no! And I fell down on the floor. And my mom was like, David, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, nothing. I'm fine. And then, I looked at my dad, and he said, man, do you believe he hit that ball? And I said, no, I'll be back. And I just went outside and went for a walk, and it was a nice October night. Damn, those hurt.
God. I mean, that game in particular, because I did not know that Vin Scully did more than just call the World Series, because Vin Scully was on the call for Bill Buckner. So Vin Scully is always seared into the eyes and brains and ears of us in Boston.
Yeah.
And then Vin Scully had that, and there she goes with the swing and the hit, and you're like, oh my gosh. And that's when it like kind of struck me that like, okay, this guy's a legend. He calls everything. Like Vince Scully gets to call everything.
Yeah. Well, wait, wasn't that Jack Buck? I thought that was Jack Buck on the call
for Gibby.
Yeah.
No,
one that I heard.
There she goes. No, he was calling. I mean, it may have been nationally Jack Buck, but the call I remember is by Vince Scully.
Okay.
On the because he goes, there she goes, and she is gone.
Oh, and it's such an iconic moment. It was great. And he pumped his fist and all that. I don't
believe what I just saw. Yeah, for Vince Scully.
Yeah, that was just unbelievable.
Oh, because he was so hampered, like he couldn't do anything. Like all he could do was hit a home run. Like he couldn't run. So like all he could do, if he had to get to first base, it was dead. Like you could throw him out from right field. Like he couldn't run. Yeah, but he was able to go ahead and see you later.
I see Onler in the chat. Bartman for me, 5 outs away from the biggest party of my life. Had to wait a long damn time. He ended up getting it though. Like
Yeah.
The Cubs actually got there.
Fine. Red Sox did too, but it was a long time afterwards.
Well, it feels like you're never going to get back.
Of course not.
When you're like that.
Because
you guys
Bartman was 2011, 2010. What was Bartman? Because 2016 was the World Series.
I don't think it was 2010.
I mean, earlier than that, before that, because it was.
Yeah.
It may have been. I think I was in Alabama.
What year was Bartman, boys?
07, 06?
I don't know.
Somewhere in that range?
I had all these windows up, and I don't want to get any more.
2003. Was it that? Was it?
Yeah.
Wait. One guy says 11. One guy says 03. Which one is it?
I don't know.
03 feels right. 03 feels right to me because it would have been before. It would have been before the Red Sox won the World Series.
I don't know. Again, you guys are
watching
watching the show.
The Marlins.
Participating in the show 03, not 11.
Okay, thank you. It was 03.
My
good
bad.
Job. Okay. Yeah, in Chicago, Coos would know.
Thank you.
He's in Chicago.
Cusco. And Vinny
who was the right fielder for the Marlins that was reaching over? The guy who pees on his hands.
Left fielder.
Yeah, who peed on his hands?
Moises Alou.
Moises Alou. Thank you. Left fielder. Sorry, left fielder reaching over. Moises Alou. Forever will be known as the guy who peed on his hands to make his hands tougher.
That's what you remember, Moises Alou.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. That's what I think the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life was a guy who would pee on his hands to make his hands more calloused.
You ever do that?
No.
Oh.
No thanks. Yeah. Unless I had like frostbite or something that needed to be done from like a life-saving type of thing, but never
even by accident.
By accident, of course, but not for on purpose. Not for like he consistently did it. It wasn't like a one-time thing. Like Moises Alou consistently would pee on his hands in order. So like I always think like shaking that guy's hands would be nasty.
Right.
Like what are we doing?
Getting a urine sample, sometimes it happens.
Of course, because that's you're gonna aim at the thing, and it's difficult to hit the bullseye. I get all of that, yes.
Yeah.
And then I hate it when they tell you that you have to get it midstream. They're like, we gotta start going for a little while and then stick it in, and then
right.
That's hard to do. Then it goes everywhere.
Off that stream, like you go for 5 seconds and then stop.
Yep.
And wait.
Keep going.
Move the cup over and then build it back up again and let it out.
No fun.
Little talent there. They think, just pee in a cup. Oh, like it's easy. Okay, sure.
So when we were in Jamaica, we were in the bioluminescence river, and there was jellyfish in the river, but the jellyfish didn't sting because everybody was like, "Wait, are we going to have to pee on each other?" And the guy was like, "No, don't worry about it. We don't have to actually pee on each other. They don't sting." And I was like, "Okay, that's good. I'd rather not have that happen on a boat with a bunch of strangers."
Nah.
So.
I mean, like, there's things I really don't like. Snakes. I really can't stand spiders, but like jellyfish are I don't like looking at them, feeling them. And like when I get in the ocean, if I get near, I get very, very nervous about jellyfish.
Yeah, they suck.
Brother Doug got stung by a jellyfish in Hawaii. We were on my senior trip. Brother Doug weaseled his way on, which was fine because then I had a little running partner while my mom was just hanging out. There was the three of us. But he got stung by a jellyfish. We weren't supposed to swim in this lagoon, but we made a bet that who could swim to this rock faster. Smart. And me and him were like this all the time, constantly trying to outdo each other. So we got in there and swam, and we got out, and he had this big mark on his rib. Well, what's that? I don't know. Mom's gonna be pissed. She's gonna be. What the hell did you just do? He's like, I don't know. I think I got stung by a jellyfish. You think you got stung by a jellyfish? Oh, you're going to have to tell her. She's going to be pissed off.
On your chest too? Ow.
Right on his rib. Right
Ow.
Yeah. And he shook it off like a tough little dude, but it was scared the crap out of me. And then I lived in Curacao. The good thing about living in the Caribbean is you could see to the bottom of the water. Right. So it was like, you were always looking to see,
what's there, right?
It's weird. Like you were snorkeling. It's weird when them fish are like touching you, like they're swimming by you and all that stuff.
Oh, there were whole like schools of fish that were coming through. It's like, whoa.
Very strange.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Because you don't know what they're capable of doing. Like you don't know what you're swimming through. Like, I think we're all friends, but are we all friends? Or are you going to get mad and do something that's going to make me go, oh no, this could be bad.
Not sure.
So I'm with you on that. From Caribbean water to frozen water, Vegas blows a 2-goal lead at home to Edmonton last night. They lose 4-2. It's the first time in the playoff history of the Vegas Golden Knights in which they had a 2-goal lead and lost. That's crazy. That's how good they have been defensively in their 9 years of existence, including one Stanley Cup. But that was a bad loss, was it not?
Something going on at Edmonton. I mean, I'm watching a game. I finished Sports Grid and I'm watching a game. And I kept saying I was with Jess and Kendall, and I'm like, and they were really into the game, which was fun.
Yeah.
And they're rooting hard for the Knights, and I'm sitting over there, and I bet that the Oilers in game. And I didn't say it out loud, but I said, boy, the Oilers are really controlling the play here. And Kendall's like, yeah, but they're losing. And I said, yeah, but be careful here because this is gonna flip. This could flip. The Knights have to get another goal, and then they didn't get another goal. And I don't know. As soon as the Oilers got the lead, I was like, this is going to take a miracle. They're going to have to pull the goalie. Something's going to have to happen. I don't know. I was bummed out.
What do you make of this Edmonton Oilers team? 5 straight games in the postseason, they have trailed. 5 straight games, they have come back and won.
Yeah.
I think it was Hyman was asked after the game, like, why does this happen? And he was just like, well, I don't know. He was like, we have a lot of experience, unfortunately, going down right now. We don't know why we go down early, but we just do. Yes, they go down early.
Those of you listening, we have a lot of experience going down
early.
P-Rolt said that. That was the exact sentence. We have a lot of experience going down because that's what Zach Hyman said.
Yes. And then, but they have a fine way of coming back up. So there you go. I don't know what to make of Edmonton because I can't trust them. Like, I can't trust a team that has a deficit every single game. Like, I third period, I think it's 17 goals now in the playoffs for Edmonton in the third period.
Eventually, that catches up.
Right? That's why I can't trust them.
That's usually what happens, but them switching the goalie and believing, they don't even panic. They keep coming down goals. Like, it just keeps happening. So I don't know. What do you make of them? I don't want to say you make them the favorite in the West.
Oh, really?
But there's a lot of theory to that I'm big on teams being able to win different ways in any sport.
Okay.
The Oilers, I feel like, can win any way, right? I mean, and that's what I was talking about. Life is about adjustments and things like that. You have to find a way to win when you're not at your best. Edmonton's found a way to do that. How many times, right? They're not at their best in the first period, even into the second period, but somehow they find their way into tying games and coming back and winning in the third period. Does that mean they win the next game, lose the next game? I don't know yet, but I put them on a list of like, all right, I really thought the Kings were going to win that series. They didn't. I thought the Knights were going to win that series. It's not over yet.
Right.
But man, that put them in danger.
Oh,
especially
when you're up 2-0. And Mark Stone scores the 2 goals for you in the first period, and you're feeling like the building's rocking, everything's going right. Edmonton's on their heels. And then they got the 2-1 goal, and then they scored to get to the third period. No scoring in the second period. And that's when I was like, uh-oh, nothing in the second. If they'd gotten 1 goal and been up 3-1 going into the third, I would have felt much better about the Golden Knights' chances. But it was 2-1, and then the second goal was a little bit fluky, kind of ping-ponging around. Puck was free, and then it's 2-2. Then the breakaway happens, and it's 3-2. Open net happens. It's 4-2, and away.
Oh, you're frozen. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. All right, come back, Jack. While you're gone, there's Robert Polziani trained, said can't see Calvin Pickard leading a team to a Stanley Cup final, but he's playing well.
Enough. Well enough. Well, he's playing well enough.
Right.
So, I don't know. On the other side, Carolina stole game 1. That was just a straight up steal.
Yeah.
Washington led the whole game 1-0. Like, they had the whole game 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, and then they score overtime, get the overtime deflection. Funky things happen in overtime. speaking of ping pong, and the puck just gets redirected into the back of the net.
Washington gets a lead early, but then plays with fire because they went not into the shell, but they went very defensive and were happy with a 1-goal lead. And at one point, the shots were 31-13. Logan Thompson was making a lot of saves, and they just kept firing shots. There's JPC to fourth. Carolina's still firing pucks at Logan Thompson.
Yep.
Get the puck on the net, get the puck on the net, get the puck on the net, do what they were doing. When they tied that game, I was on with Wetzel, and I said, I think Carolina's going to win. I didn't want them to win. I still thought Washington before the game. I still think Washington can beat them. But damn, like when you lose like that, man, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. But I think that one is going to be a long series. They're this close. They're this close. I don't think that the series price is absurd, like to be that much better. But again, they dominated play. Had the puck for the longest time. They just got down. Talk about a team, again, being down and coming back. Maybe the staple of what goes on in these playoffs, both in the NBA and the NHL.
Right now, these playoffs have been a lot of fun for both NBA and the NHL, just in terms of every night watching something crazy happen, going, what the heck just went down? How did you blow this? How did you win this? It's been fun. It's been every night, and we get it again here tonight, which is a lot of fun with both hockey and the NBA that we'll get to here in just 1 second. But we have a little bit of a Dave needs new gear segment of the show. What do you make of it? There it is, Dave. The Utah Mammoth. No S, Mammoth. That is the new name of the Utah Hockey Club. NHL franchise after a 13-month process, which included 850,000 ballots cast by the fans in multiple rounds of voting, to have the Utah Mammoth be the new nickname and the new logo for the NHL Utah team that formerly was the Arizona Coyotes. Like it?
Jess, I know you're not watching the show, and I know you're not going to watch the replay. You can be damn sure I'm getting it. The hat, the jersey, all of it. I mean, I like team names that end in S. I'm not a big fan of the team names that don't.
Okay.
But Mammoth?
Heat? Miami Heat? You don't like that?
I mean, I mean, the Heat has grown on me. I'm not sure. I like it.
Minnesota Wild?
I'm indifferent with that one.
Okay.
The North Stars were that much better. But the logo, the colors.
I like the Yeti too.
Buy a Yeti product for ruining the best team name possible.
They didn't want it to be corporate. That's what the fans said. They didn't want to be a corporate name. And I thought Yeti was already used. So they're like, no, we're not going to call it. But the Utah Yeti, I was leaning towards that. Because I want to say Mormon. Every time I go to say the Utah Mammoth, I want to say the Utah Mormons. So that's why I don't like it. So it's hard to remember that I'm saying Mammoth, not Mormon.
I'm with Marcella on I love the logo and the color.
Color's
I
nice.
almost bought last year just shirts that said Utah and
hockey club
or a hat. Yeah. But okay. I don't like the hockey club anything. I don't like the club.
Okay.
I mean,
it's
if
soccer.
We're all going to go to the club.
It's
like,
soccer.
I'll go hang out. And if you guys are going to do the bottle service thing, I'll sit and hang out. But the club is that's a different thing. The football club, the hockey club, those are caca. Those are trash. So I held off.
Okay.
This though, big fan. Although, is this jersey? Put that back up. Is it navy or is it black? I think they went
black. Black is one of the colors. Yes.
Yeah.
It's black, and then like a ice blue and white.
Yeah.
It's like the same color of like the Denver Nuggets alternative color uniforms. That's what that color reminds me of.
I don't know. I think Corbin's working right now, but Corbin, if you're not working, if you watch or listen to the show later, just when the stuff comes, let me know. I'm sure. I don't want to have to go to Utah to do it, but I will if I have to get the official stuff. But I like it. It's a yes from me. I mean, what do you guys think in the chat? You like this? I mean, is it? I think there's
look at that color, and then I think I mean this is pretty. Isn't that kind of close?
It's pretty good. Yeah,
right. That's pretty close.
It's pretty close.
I mean, it needs more black in it to kind of go by the mammoth colors, but that blue is pretty similar to what they did. So that's almost could pass as a Utah mammoth BVB model.
I don't know. I like it. I mean, it's a yes, but from me,
make it pink. What?
What are you talking about, Butchie? No.
Make that logo pink. I mean, I guess they can do that. No, it's possible, I guess.
No.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what the reaction from fans, because I think whenever there's new gear, people want to buy it. So how popular will the new logo be and the new gear be for Utah?
Right.
Because we have a lot of people from Utah who live here in Vegas. So we should, it should be the rival. I mean, I know the Kings are more the rival for the Golden Knights, but Utah should also be a rival for Vegas. So
yeah, this is kind of close. This colors. This is the Father's Day Vegas hat. It's a strong navy with this electric blue, I think they call it, or ice blue. Like ice blue. I don't know what it is, but I know I like it. So I'll have it. And that underbill is fantastic. This is one of the many hats that turns heads when I go out.
Very cool. So, very cool. Speaking of turning heads. Ohtani watch time for us. Another Miami bomb for Shohei Ohtani. He became the first player this season in baseball with 10 home runs and 10 steals.
Yep.
Dave, he is already ahead of the pace he set last year where he went 50 for 50 for the first time in Major League Baseball history. Could he follow up 50 for 50 with more, a bigger number of steals and home runs, and maybe even approach 60 for 60?
I mean, could he? I guess, but do we need to? No. I'm happy just watching this every day. Okay. This spectacle every single day is fun. Like
him in Miami is fun.
Right?
Not if he pitches. I'll give that to you, JC. That's the fly in the ointment.
KC would know. JC from KC was a pitcher. I pitched. It's a lot of work.
Oh,
I don't need to do it. If I'm hitting like this, stealing bases like this, I keep saying it. Let Davey Roberts keep saying, "Oh, we're waiting. He's coming. He's going to pitch." Show a video of him throwing a bullpen. They don't know if it's 2 or 3 pitches. Just get up on that mound and whip a couple out there and just throw it. Wait, pause. Did I say whip it out?
By the way, we are 1 hour away as of live time for the Dodgers and the Marlins for their getaway day game here. Mm-hmm. What's the number? I'm looking up the number right now for him for hitting a home run today, because it has gotten progressively worse. Like you said yesterday, it was 210, then it was plus 185. And so today for Ohtani to hit a home run.
Is he playing?
Oh, he should be playing. No, he should be DHing.
I would think so, but this might be a day to not play. Well, get someone else some ABs.
He's plus 185 to hit a home run. So he's same price as yesterday.
I mean, what's the lowest that's going to be during the season as this continues? I mean, you're going to seriously, as a book, you're going to go, all right, plus 150 to hit a home run?
Has anyone ever been laying juice?
Well, I'm sure there's numbers. I remember when Judge was plus 120.
Okay.
You can't make it minus.
Oh, he's there now.
I mean, have you ever?
Say I'm there now. He's at 150 now.
Right. That's what you do. When you're the book and you know what people are going to bet, that's what you do. So I don't know. Wow. I can't. I mean, make a minus? No, I wouldn't do that yet, because then you give all the the rhombuses and the parallelograms a free shot on the no.
If you put the no up, like FanDuel and DraftKings don't put the no up. There is no opportunity to bet the other side. It's just yes.
Yeah.
Which is unfair.
Well, that's the business. Find somewhere where there's a no.
Right.
Wow. You think he hits a home run today?
Yes.
Balazzo? Is that who's
Yes.
pitching?
Yes. Yes.
Who's he playing? I mean, what the Balazzo? I don't know what he's got. Every day names pop up on the pitcher list for me, and I'm like, oh boy, I got work to do.
He's given up. He's a reliever. He'll go 3
Oh.
innings.
Oh.
Opener for the Marlins today. He's given up 1 home run in 3 starts. But it's Shohei, so yes.
He's only going to get 1 at bat against him, and then he gets a free at bat against the bullpen.
Against the bullpen, yeah.
Right.
So
wow.
Throw a ball anywhere near the strike zone, and good luck. You're taking.
Oh, Tawny probably don't see a strike.
Today makes 2. He hits 2 today. You're like 2.
Wow. Okay.
Possible. I mean, it's the ball flies for him. He loves that ballpark. It's where he's set 50 for 50. It's what he loves that ballpark. He's hit 2 home runs in 2 games so far in this series. Might as well make it 3 for 3 here today. So go ahead and do that.
Love the stinger.
Guys, also keep me abreast of what's happening with the Giants and the Cubs. I'm on the over 7 in that game. The books just kept on putting up 7, 7, 7, 7. Flew over the last 2 days. 9 runs in the 11th inning yesterday for the Giants. They let one of those guys, the Cubs were mean. They hung one of their pitchers out to dry. Priestley gave up 8 earned runs and no outs. It was like the most earned runs given up without recording an out in the last 30 years.
3-1 Giants, middle of the 5th.
Okay. So we're halfway through.
Oh, boy. Pittsburgh lost already. I mean, the day's not even midway here. It's 12:50 Pacific. Pirates got shut out today. 5-0 to the Cardinals. I mean, somebody made them favored yesterday. Somebody made the Pirates favored yesterday, even with Skeens. Tough loss. I mean, he pitched well again. 2-1 loss. Cardinals just swept the Pirates after they got swept by the Padres. They're 1-10 in their last 11. Things are tough. I mean, I don't know.
If this happened to you in a Major League Baseball game, what would you do? This was a 3-2 game with the White Sox leading in the 9th inning. And then the second baseman had the ball conk off his head on a pop fly. And all hell broke loose, and they lost the game 5-4 to the Royals.
Yeah.
What do you do? If this happens to you as a Major League Baseball player, do you show up tomorrow for work?
Hell yeah, you do.
Do you just say, forget it, I'm done? That's
No.
it. I just can't. I can't handle this. I'm done.
Absolutely not. The first thing you do is catch the ball. When you miss the ball, you don't let it hit you in the head. Now, when it hits you in the head, you go pick it up and throw it in. But of course, you come in to work the next day.
Well, he threw the ball away. He didn't even do that. He picked it up and chucked the ball in the right field.
That's the problem.
In the left field.
It's the error after the error. I used to tell the kids this all the time. You can mess up.
Right.
Just don't mess up the second play. So it's bad enough that you missed it and it hit you in the head. It's embarrassing. Pick it up and throw it to the right base. Okay, and we'll figure it out. I mean, the Pirates aren't far from the White Sox futility.
Well, that's a question.
The White Sox aren't far from the Rockies' futility.
So the White Sox are 10-26. The Rockies are 6-28. Does Pittsburgh belong in this graphic? Should we talk about them having the worst record in baseball?
I mean, we have to.
Really?
Are things getting better?
Wow.
They can't score. Go look at Pittsburgh's last 7 games.
Okay.
How many runs have they scored? Count the numbers.
The Pittsburgh Pirates right now have a negative 57 run differential.
And where does that rank in baseball?
I think it's number 1, right? Nope. The Orioles have a worse run differential. And the Angels have a worse run differential, and the Rockies have a worse. So you're 4th in worst worst run differential.
Yeah, look at their last 7 games for the Pirates.
So they've lost all 7 of them, and they've lost
just their runs. Just their runs.
But they've lost 7 straight, and they lost 10 of 11.
Yeah.
0, 1, 3, 0, 2, 4, 3, 4, 0, 2, 4.
Wow. I would have guessed under for number of times you said 4 or more. I would have said 2 because I didn't forget about the
It was
third
3.
one. Yeah. So that would have been my number because I've been watching. It's bad. This is bad. So I've talked about this. Like when you're in a book, it's tough to be booking the games in
Right.
baseball season when you constantly need against the same teams. Like you
Well,
constantly
your schedule is not favorable right now.
No, and it wasn't favorable for Colorado. We said it the other day. They're going to win 6 games in the month of May. I don't even, are you going to do the Pirate one right now? Is this what you're going to do to me right now? What the Pirate schedule is in May? You're going to do this to me? Okay.
Yeah. Well, they're 12.
All right, where's my glasses? Go ahead.
They're 12-26. Okay?
Terrible.
So they have the same number of losses as the White Sox.
Yeah, great.
But they have 2 more wins.
Thank goodness.
2 games in hand.
Right,
Chicago's
awesome.
got 10 wins. You have 26 losses. They have 26 losses.
Whatever.
Your schedule is starting Friday. You have an off day tomorrow. On Friday, you have a 3-spot at home against the Braves.
Okay.
Then you're
Who are
at
playing
the
much better.
You're at the Mets.
Not good.
At the Phillies.
Oh, terrible.
Home for the Reds.
Oh, thanks.
Home for the Brewers.
That's not good. That Brewers always beat them.
At Arizona.
Yeah, I was going to go down and watch them in person. I figured tickets would be available.
At San Diego.
Thanks for coming. That was the other thing I had planned too. We'll see how that goes. I was going to go on the road for the Pirates for 7 days.
I mean, that month of May is no fun.
No bueno.
You haven't won a game yet in the month of May. You're 0 for 7 in the month of May.
And it's like not even you being a Jagoff right now talking about it. Like this is just fact. This is not fact. This is just
you haven't won a game yet in May.
You guys that say Peralt is a masshole and is a Boston guy and likes to take shots, like he's not even taking a shot. The Pirates haven't won a game in May. Been a constant bet against. Team total under would have you home. What, 7 out of those 11 games?
If you bet the team, if the team total was 3.5, you would have won 1 time in this 7-game losing streak. So you'd be 6-1 if you bet the under. The team total under.
People ask me why I got all these other teams baseball hats. You know why?
Because your team stinks.
Because I love the game, but the game don't love me back when I'm a Pirate fan. And I love the Pirates. But, you got to like other teams. I mean, you like to see teams win. It's got to be so hard to go to the ballpark.
Oh, my. Every day to just
go, hey, let's go to the game again. Why?
If you're skiing, I watched the video that you sent me of that Usher tattooing that dude with the belt.
Oh, boy.
Can't say I blame him.
People are getting mad. I don't even know what that was.
That was bad.
That was terrible. Yeah, public relations have been very, very rough in Pittsburgh right now. And I have some dear friends that are involved with the team and stuff, and it's tough. Like, feel terrible.
J-Dow, you're being
J-Dow bets his skis will be in LA in no time. Would you stop? What a great picture. Did he change the picture? That's him and Mr. J-Dow?
Yep.
KD Dow, look at that.
I'm going to say that's
adorable.
That's at Camden Yards, I think, because the seats at the Raven Stadium is not green. I think
listen,
that's Camden.
Get us the we'll come and see them. I'll go to Baltimore because those tickets are available too. That's a bad baseball team as well.
Orioles are awful.
They're caca too.
Okay, they're terrible. The whole American League East is terrible. I mean, I think the Yankees are.
That's an awesome picture, Josh. Give KD a hug from me, please. I can't wait to meet her. I mean, these women motivate us. They keep us honest. They help us through tough times. Sometimes they make times tougher, but that's part of why they're here. That's part of the job, I guess.
Fair.
But yesterday my daughters brought me to tears just saying hello, seeing them on the show. That was great. Cool. My favorite thing about yesterday was that.
It's fun.
So that was fun. Yeah.
Very fun. Time for Bet It or Book It. If you guys don't realize, we've moved this up. All right, Dave, the books are not changing. It's the same price. It's the same number. Celtics first half team total over 57.5. Better to book it.
I slid this to 59.5 and see if I could get a bet under. I don't know. I mean, this goes.
And that would give me pause. If you put it at the normal price, which is between 58 and 62, I would say, okay, I would think about it. But if you give it to me below 58, given how the Knicks are playing, the Knicks are running. Knicks want to go up tempo. They're going to run with Boston, and that's going to play right into Boston's hands. And they shot 30% in the first game in the first half and still went over this number.
Mm.
They're not going to shoot 30% again.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep on betting it.
I think it's a bet.
Yeah, it's a rinse and repeat bet, Vinny.
Good call, Vinny.
I'm with you. Dallas Stars money line. I'm going to keep riding this road trend here. Give me Dallas. I'm back on the Stars here against Winnipeg. I can't back any game that Hellebuck is starting. I just can't. Like, he's just too inconsistent for my liking, even at home.
Man, they got to win this game. Don't they?
Who? The Jets?
Winnipeg. I think Winnipeg has to win.
Why do they have to win?
Because there's nothing but doubt. There's nothing but doubt.
Yep.
This has to be a Hellebuck. Listen, I'm here. I'm giving you a Hellebuck, all of you.
Okay.
You know,
until I see it, no way am I betting it.
I know.
No.
I know. Listen, I think ask the chat. We got hockey heads in here right now. Give them a poll. JPC the fourth says Stars are the side. Well, we're going to have you guys vote right now. There's almost, triple digits of you in here watching right now. Get in here and vote. P-Roll, put up a poll. Who wins this hockey game? It's pick 'em anyway. There's no need to put a price in there. Is it DAL or WPG? Is that what Winnipeg's is or WIN? I think it's WPG.
WPG
I don't know.
is Winnipeg.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have to think this game plays out more like Toronto did in game one, but I don't know. As the book, I'm good with needing Winnipeg tonight. Makes sense. So I'll say book this one, but I'm not saying you're wrong. I really don't know. There's Dallas, Stars ride the road wave. Yeah, I voted Winnipeg in the thing, in the voting on the poll, whatever that's worth. Man, this is going to be a hell of a hockey game. Yorkie says it's Dallas.
Peg is just banged up. Yeah, true. Hard series.
They're playing him Winnipeg. Butchie said they're playing him down there, down south. They're playing Winnipeg.
Okay.
So he needs. I don't know if it's right.
So he needs Dallas. That's good.
Yeah. So it's again, it's one of those situations where. Look
at this. Look at Daniel. Look at
Daniel this. L or Daniel I? Is that an I or an L?
I'm going to say it's an I.
BVB podcast listener popping in live. Just want to say welcome back and loving the new tweaks to the show. Thanks, guys. Daniel, those little comments like that go a long way. And
really
thank you for popping in live because
awesome,
we're trying to find ways to just either freshen it up, keep it going, all the above.
Tighten it up.
Tighten it up. We got to tighten it up. It's always good. You got to keep it clean. You got to keep it fresh.
And then finally, Tigers run line against Colorado.
I mean, what in a world case could I possibly make to say this is not a bet?
They got snowed out yesterday. They didn't play. So
are they playing 2 today?
Nope. But yes, I'm going Tigers fish. Yep, I'm with you. Tigers run line.
Let's see. What is the number? Job Dolander. Wow. It's light.
Yep.
Minus 160?
Yep. Don't get it. They're better at home, but the Tigers are just a better baseball team.
There's going to be times that the better baseball team loses.
True.
That's fine.
But they had a day off to rest.
All that other stuff is fine.
I have a rested better baseball team.
Okay.
6-3 final. Give me the Tigers.
We'll see.
Yeah, they do have the best run differential in baseball. That's true. Their offense has been scoring a lot of runs.
Oh, wow. I just peeked up at my screen, and the guy with the glasses on ESPN is wearing a Cowboys jersey on TV. How about that?
The guy with the glasses? A lot of the guys. What do you mean?
Marcus, what's his name?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's wearing a Cowboys jersey on NFL Live.
He must be really excited about our Brigade Proxy story of the day.
How about that?
He must be really excited about
it's. I mean, it's amazing when they tell you got to wear a suit. You hold your ground, and then other people. Some people got to wear suits, other people don't. But NFL Live, you got the host is wearing a suit, but the people that are guests are not. That's interesting. Go Cowboys. We might be talking about that here shortly. Yeah, you're right.
Stay
Go
tuned.
Tigers. They're going to win. I like that.
Tuned.
Yeah.
BVB prop play today. All right, I'm going to go back.
Soothing. That one that has a little soothe to it. Yeah, that one has a little soothing.
Not as jarring as the other ones. It's a little
Absolutely
more smooth.
Not. No,
okay.
a couple of them are jarring, but they're supposed to be. But the prop bet of the day, that I feel relaxed right now.
All right, I like that. We're gonna roll into a bench player for the Knicks and Miles McBride to go over 4.5 points at -145.
You got a real problem here with this.
Why? We're 1-1.
A bench player?
Since we brought this back, we're 1-1. We got it. Ellie got the hit yesterday, so we got that yesterday. Cat didn't.
Did he only get one hit? I didn't see.
I don't know. I stopped watching. He got one hit. I stopped watching. Once we hit the prop, I was like, I'm done. So I moved on. I don't know who won the game. I don't care. Once Ellie got the hit, I was good. It was 0-0, and Ellie had a hit, so I stopped watching.
That's the best part, but also the worst part about betting. Like,
I don't care anymore.
You don't really care about the game, and I think the sports need to realize that when they get in bed with the betting, I think. You think, oh, it makes you more active and more engaged and all this other stuff. That's what at least the books will tell you.
Right.
Want to partner up. It doesn't. It becomes literally a commodity. And when your bet is done, that was a hell of a baseball game. It was 1-0 Reds in the 7th. The Braves got 1 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th. And then or 1 in the 10th. I'm sorry. It went to extra innings. So he was 2 for 5 yesterday. Thank you, Jimmy Football. But the Braves won 2-1. That was a major sweat that Reds plus 1.5 came in. Abbott pitched good. You guys got to keep Abbott on the play on list. He's pitching well.
So McBride scored 11 points in game 1. Okay. Now, he's a guy that doesn't score a ton, but he will get a lot of run because they need to play their bench against Boston's bench a lot just to keep their guys healthy, get to keep, Brunson fresh. So McBride's going to come in. You can bet the 3-point prop if you want to. He hits 2 threes. It's 1.5. So you hit 2 threes. You're over this number as well. So that's he's a 3-point shooter. So you need him to come off the bench, knock down a couple of threes, and we're good for him. But he could get fouled. The reason why I like the 4.5 is say he gets fouled as he's shooting a 3. I get 3 free throws. I would lose the 3-point prop, but I get 3 points and I'm good. That's why I like the over 4.5 for Miles McBride. I'm not sure that he's going to wind up going. I'm not sure he's going to wind up having that many points, like 7, 8, 9, 10. But I like 6. He had 11 in game 1. Don't think he gets double digits. Better to book it over 4.5 points. Did he play? Miles McBride played. That's a great question. Hold on. How many?
That's all this bet is for me. I need volume. I need minutes. How many minutes did he play in game 1?
Miles McBride played in game number 1, 19 minutes.
Huh, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. They're playing the bench. They got to play the bench. He played 19 minutes. He shot 4 of 8, 3 for 6 from behind the 3-point line. He had 8 field goal attempts in 19 minutes. Give me over 4.5 points.
Yeah. As long as he plays, I think we got to get 15 minutes. I feel good if he plays 15 minutes.
Okay.
I think we got a shot at this. So yeah, I would say this is a bet. Minus 145 yesterday. The juice was minus 160. It got there. Don't be afraid of the juice, boys. Don't
only pay the juice if you lose. He's been averaging actually quite a bit in the playoffs. Last 10 games, he's played 24 minutes. So he actually was down in game 1. In terms of minutes played.
So. There's Tyler Wyatt in the chat asking a question. Where did Miles play in college? Ready, go. I don't know.
West Virginia.
He did?
Yep.
That's okay.
Nice West call. Virginia. So
did you know that or did you have that up?
It was up. It was in front of me.
You didn't even give the chat a chance to answer the question.
No, because he's gonna ask the trivia question. We got to answer it quickly. We got to go ahead and fire on it. See, adding it, bam, coming and knock it down.
Tyler.
What do we talked about the Celtics and the Thunder game already, but either team cover tonight. Both these numbers are gigantic. Or do both cover tonight?
If one doesn't cover, which one is it?
I think Boston's not covering big numbers. No, we know the Thunder, you said it 57 times this year, won by double digits this year. I mean, the Thunder are notorious for running teams off the court and winning in lopsided fashion, like Memphis in the first round. If Boston covers, that means they probably hit like 45% or higher from 3. I don't know if they do that. I think they'll shoot much better than they did in game 1, but I'm not looking to lay 10.5 points with the Celtics. Oh, No, that's a big number. They just relaxed in the second half.
I legit think right now, if you got to lay, and they're both uncomfortable, so they are uncomfortable lays. Although we were talking about the first time, you don't even know if the first time, if it's comfortable or not. You have really no idea. Think back to that first time. You have no idea what you're doing. Laying, taking, all that other stuff. OKC, first half, I like better. I think if you play this pregame, if you lay to 10, you'll be able to take 16 or something like that and use that back and forth type thing. The potential for blowout is higher for me with OKC.
Agreed. Yes.
The way Denver got that win, the way Denver feels like they have a huge home court advantage, they could be like, look, man, we were extended 7 out with the Clippers. We did what we did.
Yes,
I have a feeling
100%.
if they're down, right? Oh, yeah, live betting.
This is,
I mean, NBA is live betting, period. People get mad at me.
games.
I go on these other shows, like, you don't have an opinion pregame? I'm like, no,
live bet it. 100% live bet
Yeah.
it. Try to get, I mean, the only thing, if you're going to take it pre, take the dog. But if you're going to bet the favorite, just wait because you're going to get a much better price at some
I don't
point.
know. I think you could. I mean, you might be able to lay 10 and then take 17, something like that.
Yeah.
Because if OKC gets off to a fast start, it starts off the closing number.
Right. It's going to run.
If this game, let's see. Let me hit refresh right now. Screen.
Up to 11?
10. No, it's
down.
10. It's down. OKC pretty much universal. There's only 110.5 left on my odds screen.
Wow.
The Celtics is half and half. There's actually more 10.5s on the Celtics right now.
Okay.
Huh.
Interesting. What do you make of game 2? Panthers, Toronto. Leafs go up 2-0 at home.
It's funny. I actually watched this yesterday a little bit on Sports Grid, and it was good job, Will, getting my F-bombs out of there because this game had me so aggravated when I saw the highlights of Kachuk trying to, be a bully and go after these guys without the puck. So ridiculous. All that being said, I'm worried a little bit tonight about the Maple Leafs. I really, really liked them a lot in game 1. I don't like them a lot today. I'm gonna go on Sports Grid with Maple Leaf stuff on. I'm gonna try to, it's superstitious. I'm gonna wear the same hat. I'm gonna wear my Maple Leafs gear that I got and hope they get it done. Because I just want to see more playoff hockey. As a hockey dude, just give me more of this. The number's steaming though. Florida's the play. Florida's the play today.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, I like Florida. I mean, championship pedigree, backs against the wall. Like, they got to win this game. It's a big game. Got to get Bobrovsky to play better in net, though.
True, but they can win an over game too.
Mm-hmm. They have. Yeah, right.
I think they can. JPC said Florida could lose and still be okay. I agree, but it has to be lower scoring. They got to get the first goal. The dictating of the first goal in this series is going to be huge. So if Florida scores first tonight, boys, be very leery of them never giving up the lead again, despite what's been happening in the playoffs. Florida is built to play with a lead and just blast guys and make it very ugly and difficult.
Be very physical.
Yeah.
News of the industry time. So news of the industry, we talked about this a little bit on the program yesterday about the CFTC and the layoffs that the CFTC had. And we had a chance to read a bit about why these guys have been placed on admin leave. Some of the staff, not the entire staff, but some of the staff. Makes it a little less nefarious when you realize what these guys are being accused of, because it's not that big of a deal, really. They did an investigation and they found out that a bunch of people are doing business remotely overseas where they weren't supposed to be doing that. And that's in violation of the Hatch Act, which is anti-spying. So you can't be doing government business, oversight business using foreign nations' internet, which they then can hack and take all of it. So they weren't at their desk, basically. They were doing the 2025 working remote and then telling bosses, yeah, I'm in the office. And they weren't in the office.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, this is one of the effects of the whole COVID thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I work remotely. You work remotely. We don't have an office that we go to, although I feel like sometimes the books are my office away from the office. But is this better or worse? Like when you finally heard,
I'm not sure if I believe it. Like, I'm just saying this. I'm just saying, like, the whole thing is like,
what?
I don't buy anything going on right now in the world. I think everything is just so messed up and everything is just so like, I just don't buy it. Like, it just feels very convenient. It feels like it was a really big, like, loud red flag that was being waved. And then we find out that this was, I mean, they said it was about corruption. This isn't corruption. This is somebody just doing work. This is somebody just doing work, claiming that they're in Washington and they happen to be in Spain or wherever the hell that they were. So I don't know. I don't buy anything with the whole thing. I need more data. Everything with Kalshi right now, everything around the CFTC, everything is still not clear to me.
None of it's clear.
It's all.
There's a lot of things that are very unclear, both in the gambling world, business, and in regular business. There's a lot of things that are the water's very, very murky, and you have to keep seeking out those sources of truth.
Right.
This, I don't know. I mean, that article was written by Jill, who I know. It was on casinoreports.com.org.
In-game.
That is.
In-game.
So their new site is ingame.com, which Smiley wrote a hilarious article today that was out. If you guys go find that, ingame.com, he had a meeting, basically, and started off with Daniel Wallach, and then apparently Elon Musk was there, followed by Rob Manfred, followed by a lot of other people. Was very entertaining. Was very, very entertaining. So hat tip to you, Smiley. That was a great job. Good job with the site. That thing's getting up and running, and a lot of good content on there.
Very much so. We warn you. I'm giving you a heads up. A warning.
Warning.
Shot across the bow.
For what? It's like sweet music. That thing is just like sweet music. That's nice.
You need to turn down your hearing aids. Just give you a little heads up on the Brigade Proxy NFL story of the day. We'll tell you more about the Brigade Proxy service as we get to the launch dates for both Circa Million, Circa Survivor, Westgate Super Contest, and Westgate Survivor. Yep, you heard me right. Westgate Survivor, and whatever they're calling the college football contest, which we don't know yet, but the number is scrolling underneath us. If you guys don't know yet, 702-570-8255 is the text line to book. We've already had you guys text us. Steve, can't wait to see you back in Vegas.
Fish, yeah, that was great. Thank you. I saw it this morning. I apologize. There's a lot going on my end, but we have an admin team that sees it, so we see it, they see it. We'll get you, a time to meet you at the book. You pay the contest fee with the book wherever you sign up, and then hook up the proxy fee. We put in the picks. You'll get contacted back and forth. It works great. Very smooth process.
So we'll do all that coming up. Yeah. The Cowboys hat is because your team sent George Pickens to the Cowboys for a 3rd round pick and a pick swap. I thought this was your guy. I thought this was like Pickens was going to be the guy. DJ, you go get DK Metcalf for one side and you have Pickens on the other. You got a quarterback who we don't really know who's going to play quarterback, and then you send him to Dallas with 1 year left on his deal. I asked this question to you on Twitter, and our friend Chris Andrews answered and said, I have no idea. I said, what is your team doing?
Yeah, I used one of my favorite gifts. I have no effing idea. Been asking this question for years. What are they doing? They went and got 2 quarterbacks and had none last year. They went and traded for a wide receiver and gave him the biggest contract ever without a quarterback in place. We have Skylar Thompson and Mason Rudolph battling for the number 1 quarterback position right now in Pittsburgh. And we have what looks like a wide receiver room with DK Metcalf and George Pickens, but we know that George Pickens is high maintenance. So they go, you know what? This isn't going to work. George, you're going to go to Dallas. We'll take a pick. We'll swap picks, whatever this is. Am I surprised? No. Are you surprised by this?
A little, yeah. I'm not surprised that they traded him. I'm surprised they moved him now. Why not move him before the draft? Why not?
Because maybe everything's a lot closer to Aaron Rodgers coming to Pittsburgh. And
so you're going to go get Alan Lazard because wherever Aaron goes, he has to bring his binkies. So he's got to go get Randall Cobb and Alan Lazard and run it back and act like these guys actually can play NFL football still.
Wait, Randall Cobb is not still playing football, is he?
No, but that's what he did with the Jets. He brought Randall Cobb to the Jets. He brought Alan Lazard to the Jets. He's going to bring Alan Lazard to your team. Rodgers is bringing Alan Lazard to the Jets. To the Steelers. So, this is what they're doing for Aaron Rodgers. They're already making concessions. They're already changing the roster. So, having Pickens on that roster, I think you're a better team with George Pickens than without him, regardless of how big of a head case he is. So, I'm not in the business of trading away players I have drafted and developed for a third-round pick. So, I would not have traded George Pickens. I would have played him with DK Metcalf. But they claim that they're a redundancy, so only can have one head case wide receiver, can't have two.
It's worked out so well in New York when you had to work with young receivers. So I got to give them credit. They know it's not going to work out. It's going to end bad. So they ship them out.
You have 12 picks. You have 12 picks in the first 5 rounds of next year's draft.
And the draft is in Pittsburgh.
It's in Pittsburgh with quarterbacks available, heavy pick. So you're drafting a quarterback next year. That's a guarantee.
You think so?
Yeah. So
I would hope so, but
they're stockpiling picks to go and do that for next year. So if I was a Steeler fan and or person with Pitt, just prepare for a bad season. I think they're tanking.
Yeah.
I think they need to just be bad. They got to go and be bad. And Rodgers lets you be bad. He takes all the heat. He's the lightning rod. Move on after next year.
Well, what if they're making moves to, have it ready for Kirk Cousins?
I think it's Rodgers. I don't think it's Cousins.
Okay.
It would be interesting. Personally, I'd rather have Kirk Cousins than Aaron Rodgers. More in the tank. But I think they're tanking. I think they're stockpiling picks with the draft in Pittsburgh. What better way to get the fan base revved up and excited? Draft your franchise quarterback in the top 5, top 4, whatever it might be. Win 5 games next year, and then go hey, look it, we got whoever we want to go get Cade Klubnik or whoever's going to play quarterback. Our franchise guy is going to be in the draft. Or tanking for Arch, possible.
Oh boy, Raj, I don't know. I got Marcella on the Saints guy saying, am I interested in Derek Carr? No.
Oh God, no.
I don't think so. Going to be a sad day when TJ Watt is a 49er. Why are you guys all getting rid of Pittsburgh guys on other teams?
No, it can't. Jimmy football, it cannot be Drew Aller. It can't. Just can't.
Season wins, under 8.5 CBW, yeah.
It's nothing against Aller, by the way, but they just did it with with Pickett. You can't do it with Aller. You can't take the hometown kid. It doesn't work.
Oh, Penn State is 3 hours away.
Doesn't matter. He's a Pittsburgh hometown kid.
State. He's not from Pittsburgh. He's from the other side of the state. He'd be going to Eagles if it was that side. That's fine. I just think that there's a lot of pressure to get it right. It's been wrong since Roethlisberger's been done.
Yeah.
Wrong again. Let's bring a couple guys in, and it made it wrong again. It's not a playoff team. So let's try 4-13.
Oh.
Why not?
It doesn't feel good. I've worn it the last 2 years. It doesn't feel good.
Listen, you own it when you're good. You own it when you're bad. Just own it.
Fine. They'll own it. But
this middling stuff is Complete crap.
Can you own it with Tomlin as your coach?
Well, this might be the whole transition.
Okay.
Right?
That's what it feels like. To me, it
so
makes
if
more
everything
sense.
tanks and they end up
Yeah.
with the one pick and they take Arch and Sarkisian's going to come and coach in Pittsburgh?
Sarkisian? Really?
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
But I mean, somebody's going to say that. I don't know. On 3, you guys are
Wow.
watching the show. We'd love to work
They
with you.
think
be
that
partners.
Sark could leave Texas to go.
No, but that's the way these guys get married, right? The coach and the player. It's happened before. They tried to bring, they brought guys from college to pro. Didn't quite work out. But I don't know. And the college landscape of football is a mess, changing all the time. I mean, I heard Heather Dinich was talking to Pat about, the collectives, and Texas is prepared to spend close to $40 million
That's
this
nothing.
year.
That's nothing for them.
I know, but they even said this is not sustainable. This is not sustainable. Because
It is if they wanted to be. Just if they win.
I don't know.
If they win, it's all they care about.
Yeah. Once you win, then what?
What's
the
$40
one
million
guy wanna
for an
do?
oil tycoon? It's nothing.
Okay.
Guys have got $40 million in the cushions of their couches. Nothing. It's not sustainable because you're becoming a university that's attracting only players that want money. Like Chris Beard was on, where did I see Beard? I think he was talking to Jeff Goodman for Field of 68. And he asked him about like, what type of players are you interested in? Because, how quickly do you guys start talking money when a player is being recruited? How fast do you get to the money conversation? He's like,
Answer that on the other side. Get us out of here.
Okay, hold on. We'll do that. I'll give you the answer to that in bonus time. If you're live, don't move. If you're on the replay crew, thank you for being here. Back probably Friday, not tomorrow.
No, we're back tomorrow.
Oh, we are tomorrow. That's right. Sorry, I forgot. We're back tomorrow.
Wait, no, actually, no, we're not. I think we're gonna take the day off tomorrow. I just got a text while we're doing the show. I'll know after the show if my appointment is still on. So we'll see.
Okay, so Dave May
plan on no show tomorrow.
Okay, and then Friday we may be back
early East Coast time show.
Yeah, Friday in the morning, but we'll have more details on the Discord channel for that. Bonus time now. So he was asked, how quickly do you guys talk about money? And he said, we like to think that we're recruiting players that want to play basketball first and foremost, and then we talk about money. It's part of the conversation, but it's not the conversation. That's the running that's the line now, is we want kids that really want to play basketball and want to develop as basketball players. But of course, money is part of the conversation. So money is the only conversation. Like, let's just be honest. Like, how much are you paying me, coach? If you aren't paying me, I'm not going to show up. So I think it's going to be like Saban went to go see Trump, and we're in a very weird world because now we have Republicans who are advocating for government oversight for college athletics. But Saban knows the only people that can really do it, it's kind of similar to the CFTC when it comes to sports gambling, is like the only people that can really police college sports on a macro level is the federal government. But are we comfortable having the federal government getting involved with this? Probably not.
Probably not.
But they're the only ones that can really do something nationwide.
Right.
Otherwise, it's state by state, conference by conference, and that makes it very murky. If the Big Ten and the SEC are playing by one set of rules, and the ACC and the Big East, or the ACC and the Mountain West, or whatever, are playing by a different set of rules, that's not good for the sport.
Right.
So you have to make it federal. It's got to be the same. Everyone's got to be playing by the same set of rules, which is not easy to do.
No.
So I don't know. We'll see how that all plays out. Time for favorite thing about today. Favorite thing about today is what, Dave?
So this is not an official book review, but this is the book Clint Hurdle, Hurdleisms. Okay. Wit and Wisdom from a Lifetime in Baseball.
Cool.
He did an unbelievable job with this. It's an easy read, and you guys should go buy the book if you like baseball at all, or you just like good life advice. Clint was married and divorced twice. He's now on his third wife. He's got 3 kids. Stories are just amazing. But this one came today out of one of the chapters, and he calls his little things hurdleisms. And I just said, you know what? not going to just tell the story. I'm just going to read it. So he went to Bobby Cox and asked him a question about, listening to critics and listening to people talk about who you are or what you're doing. And I mean, Clint's on a staff in Colorado right now, so I hope he's not reading nothing. But
right.
when he got to Pittsburgh, it was bad then, and he kind of turned it around.
Okay.
So I'll read you this. Bobby pivoted and asked me if I listened to the talk radio shows after the game on the way home. I answered yes. He said, that's interesting. Sounds like you when you say that's interesting. He then asked if I read the newspaper the next day, especially the columnist articles. I answered yes. He said, that's interesting. He also asked if I listened to the game recap on the news at night. I answered yes. Again, he said, that's interesting. He then said, Clint, listen to me. Don't waste your time or energy listening to what other people think about your team or the job you're doing. You don't need to make sure they get it right. They'll say what they want to say, and they'll write what they want to write. And they're not going to ask you for your opinions or thoughts. Let your public relations guy read the newspapers and the notes and give you a heads up on anything that you really need to know. Let him make your life easier. I wish I had a public relations guy, but if anybody's open to that job, we'll see if we can open that position. He continued, the only people you need to confide in and have conversations with are those in your organization and life who care about you and will tell you the truth. Trust your gut unless it's indigestion and follow what's best for you, and you'll prove yourself right. He said, the next sentence in his book says, I followed Bobby's advice from that day forward. Clint, I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to shake your hand and give you a big hug. But this book has helped me tremendously since I bought it the day it was released. And little stories like that go a long way. You guys in this group chat, in this group subscription, you guys are part of the team. And we really respect you and listen to what you have to say, good and bad, because we keep it real. We try to do that every day on this show. So that was my favorite thing about today. Just wanted you guys to know that we value it. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. Whether the suits like it or not, doesn't really matter. We're going to try to stick to our guns and keep this thing going as long as we can.
It's funny because along those same lines, I was watching a commencement speech for the actor whose name I always forget, but he's a guy who was in Top Gun who was linked to Sydney Sweeney for a little while. He did a rom-com with her, but I forget his name. But he recently gave a commencement speech about things not going according to plan and how so often things in life don't go according to plan. And it reminds me of us with what happens within our own individual lives, but also just with the show, that so many of the things that I have said, I wanted to go this way and it hasn't gone that way. But because it didn't go that way, we wound up with something so much greater. Like when we started the show was with props, like we had the show funded and we had all these different things that we were done, but we also had kind of an anchor holding us back and holding us down. And then they came to us and said, hey, you guys are gone. And we're like, oh shit, we're gone. What do we do now? And then by us going gone, it opened up a whole thing for us to be able to do things that is in our own way. Nobody tells us what to do, when to do it, how to do it. We're free in a way that a lot of people are not. And they've come to us and now they want to copy and be like, and I watch this all the time. It's really funny. I've been getting up because I'm still on damn East Coast time. So I've been getting up at 6:45 every morning, which is way earlier than I normally get up. And I've just been like doom scrolling when I get up in the morning. And I'm just realizing like the East Coast shows I'm normally asleep or not paying attention, getting Madeline ready for school or whatever. So I'm scrolling and I'm just noticing like how many shows are on Instagram, Twitter now live that are doing kind of similar stuff to us and like trying to pump out that content. Like, how do we?
Hold on. You're frozen. Hold on. Stay with us. Stay with us. Hold on. Snap your fingers. You're back. Okay. Yep.
Like, one, we want to stay relevant, but two, the interaction we have with the audience is such a unique part of what we do every day.
Yeah.
And so because of that, that's what makes us different. That's what the differentiator is engagement, or whatever cool new slang word you want to bring up about content and audience interaction. That's what it does. That's what brings it, whether it be on the replay, whether it be live, whether it be on the podcast, whether it be in the Discord channel, like the different ways that we have to interact with you guys. And so if things aren't going according to plan, don't worry about it. That's when it gets good. That's when things you don't know what A, B, and C is going to be, but doors are opening in different ways for a reason. And just keep the path, like keep going, keep striving, because the interesting part is when it doesn't go according to plan. It's more fun.
That's hard. A lot of times,
a
lot of times that's hard, but the hard is what makes it good.
Right.
And the hard is
Glenn Powell. Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much.
Glenn Powell. Thanks, JC from KC. Yeah, that's what the difference a lot of times. And again, this is a metaphor for life. The difference is yourself. Like it's who you are. And a lot of people can do things the same. I mean, think about just being a barber. A lot of people can cut hair, but you go to the barber because he's your barber.
Fair. Yeah.
She's your hairstylist.
Right.
That's why. So people come here because of you and I, for better or for worse.
Right.
Like it's whether you like me and you don't like Matt, whether you like Matt and don't like me, this is the show. It's right there. The label's right there. The logo's right there. We're here every day, not tomorrow, but we're here every day. And we're going to try to keep going because of you guys. And right now, that's why we do it. And again, I get asked this last week. Why do you guys do the show? We do the show because, one, I draw straight from the show every day. And two, we had sponsors that made it worthwhile financially to do the show. Like, this is what we do. I don't know what else I'm going to do. If we don't do this show, I have no idea what I'm doing during the day. I went 2 weeks without doing the show. I was busy with the kids for the week, but then I was home. I was meeting people at the books and stuff. I was going to lunches and doing all this stuff. And they're like, don't you normally do the show? I'm like, yes, Matt's in the Caribbean. He's hanging out. We took a week off. They're like, it's Derby week. I'm like, I know. It's going to be okay.
I would not. That was not planned by me. I would have planned
fine.
a different time.
But again,
school vacation week in New Hampshire. That's what that turned out to be.
Yeah, so it's okay. But you just got to keep showing up. You really just got to keep showing up. And I mean, we're not showing up tomorrow. We'll show up on Friday.
Okay.
Just think positive thoughts and keep going. The favorite thing about today is worth it.
And by the way, our friend Justin from Recycled Percussion, I'm not sure if you guys were following along, but he just wrapped up 17 days in the Atlanta airport. He lived there for 17 days.
Just for something to do?
Wrote a book called Terminal Anxiety. For 17 days, lived in the Atlanta airport for 17 days.
I swear, I would love FU money. Like our guy Justin has. Yeah, I would love fuck you money.
He has it.
Seriously.
And so he went there and slept there.
I have a lot of creative ideas that I would love to just come out of me. But I got 2 kids in college and I got a lot of shit going on that I don't have time to do right now. But if I ever get fuck you money, I know I'm not going to go live in an airport for 17 days. I'll tell you that. That's pretty goddamn impressive.
Yep. The police showed up one time and took him out and brought him to the station and then put him back in once he explained what he was doing. But that's a really harsh, like, I was texting with him constantly. Like, he was betting, losing thousands of dollars. And like, I just told him to stop. I was like, next time you want to bet, call me. Like, stop it. Like, stop losing money. And so he stopped betting and he just started writing. And so Terminal Anxiety, I guess, comes out in a couple of weeks, but 17 days to write a book in the Atlanta airport. Busiest airport in the world. That's why Atlanta, because Atlanta Hartsfield Airport is the busiest in the world. So that's why he went there for 17 days. Wild shit, man. Wild. He is a nut. It's a great point.
Nuts.
But he's home. He's home now. So if we want to talk to him at some point next week, we can put him on the show and say, what the fuck was that? Okay. We'll put him on next week and we'll talk to Justin after living 17 days. He was on the news in New Hampshire. They were following along in New Hampshire. They had like a Justin watch going on in Manchester. It was pretty funny. So pretty wild shit. Off tomorrow, back Friday, early morning show on Friday. We'll update you on the Discord channel about all of this BVB, thebvbshow.com to get in with that. I almost gave you the wrong Discord channel. Thebvbshow.com. He is Dave.
Thanks,
I am
Terrell.
Matt. Thanks, Terrell. It was good for him. Terrell Furman coming on here with us today. We are back on Friday here for another episode of BV.